Hey guys, Christopher Hine here, coming to you with another one of these ongoing understanding self-defense videos that I'm making. The idea with these videos for me is to try and help get a broader understanding of the kind of things we're asking when we want to understand how effective a martial arts system is, and if we're learning to defend ourselves from a martial arts system. And I think this is a really big question that kind of just gets swept under the rug, and people like to blanketly look at something and say that sucks, or that's great, or that's, and I think this is a really foolish way to go about it. And I think it's high time that as a community, martial artists start to understand what it is we're really talking about, instead of just saying my system's the best, or that system's the best, or this system sucks. And we like to say that. In my opinion, there are very few systems that legitimately suck. There are very few systems that have nothing to offer at all. They offer something in one spectrum or another. Now, whether that something they're offering is just personal development, right, making yourself more disciplined and more able to get up in the morning, or whether that is teaching you to be a super ninja who can fight in crazy territories, whatever stuff it is you're thinking about. So there's a number of steps I believe you need to take to understand this question. This is a question I've asked for a long time. One of the important things to understand is what will determine the outcome when something becomes physical conflict. So we have conflict, you don't like me, I don't like you, there's some kind of trouble, we're having a dispute over something, it's become physical. You or I are trying to handle things physically, or both of us are trying to handle things physically. What's going to determine the outcome of that? Okay, there's four important factors that will determine that. Okay, first is threat level. Okay, we have a video on that if you want to look up what threat level is. Next is fortune. I'm going to talk about that really briefly right now because it's pretty straightforward. After that is the external factors, and then the internal factors. So these four things will determine how a fight plays out, right? So how some kind of conflict plays out. I'm hesitant to use the word fight, and I'll get into that in another video. But when we have some kind of physical conflict, how does it turn out? Those four things determine it, right? What's the threat level? How lucky are you or the other person, the other party? What are the external factors and what are the internal factors, and those are in my favor or not in my favor? Okay, so real quick, I'm going to talk about fortune. This is something that cannot be denied. Luck is always at play when we're having physical conflict. Okay, you could be the best super soldier in the world, training all kinds of stuff, have years of experience in the field, and slip on a rock and fall down and shoot yourself in the face, right? So luck is always a factor. You cannot take that out. The Gracie family used to like to say, you know, against us, you always stand a boxer's chance, right? And what they were saying with that is, you could always throw a lucky shot and knock us out before I get you. And what they're really getting at with that is, you know, my jiu-jitsu is so good, my skill is so good, that the only way you're going to beat me is through luck. But acknowledging the fact that luck is always a factor, right? And I prefer to say fortune, because I think it just makes it something that we think about more instead of just saying luck, you get lucky or not. But you do need to think about fortune. There's really, unfortunately, nothing we can do about fortune, right? So in the old days, they used to like to try and skew fortune in their favor by doing magic. If you're into that, that's cool. But it's beyond my scope of discussing things. But outside of something like that, some kind of magical powers, luck really is just luck. You know, it goes your way or it doesn't go your way. And unfortunately, we can't work on that at all. But luck is always a factor when we're trying to determine the outcome of something. So, you know, someone could be really good at stuff and then he'd lose a fight. You know, he's good at his system. He'd lose a fight even within his context and everything's perfect. And you could say, oh, that guy sucks. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean he sucks. It means luck wasn't on his side, right? So luck's always a factor. So fortune.